My cousin was a pitcher on that curve, he got that scholarship. On campus, he's the man. Throwing heat as he was hot as shit, but then he hurt his arm. Senior year's time to prove it. Started taking painkillers so he could play and keep it moving. Scouts watching, couldn't lose him, so he took more and he kept using. Before he knew it, he's abusing. Fastballs and two seams. Too clean, but now he's losing weight.
Kendrick Lamar is back, and he is firing shots. What's going on, Hilltop Mafia? It's the one and only Knox Hill, and we are back. We are back with our reaction series. So today, man, yes, I know the assignment. I don't need any more explanations. I don't need a long intro. We are beginning the deep dive of this Kendrick Lamar album. This is a track that a lot of people are already talking about. So right here, right now, it's none other than Whacked Out Murals. But before I get any further, listen, if you like the hat that I'm wearing, if you like the hoodie that I'm wearing, knoxhilldmv.com. Go rep the brand. Get it out there this Thanksgiving season. Go get it for Christmas. It really does go a long way in support. We got hats, we got shirts, we got hoodies, we got everything that you need. knoxhilldmv.com. I'll put all links down there. But anyways, know what we're here for. Kendrick, step back up to the plate. Let's see what you got.
Siento aquí tu presencia.
Español?
La noche de anoche. Y nos ponemos a llorar.
Yesterday somebody whacked out my mural. That energy'll make you niggas move to Europe. But it's regular for me, yeah, that's for sure. The love and hate is definite without a cure. All this talk is bitch made, that's on my lord. I kill them all before I let them kill my joy. I done been through it all, what you endure. It used to be fuck that nigga, but now it's plural. Fuck everybody, that's on my body. My blick first, then God got me. I watch them pander with them backhanded compliments. Put their head on the Cuban link as a monument. I pay homage and I'll always mind my business. I never lost who I am for a rap image. There's motivation if you wonder how I did it. Yeah, nigga, going up your rank. Know you a god even when they say you ain't. Yeah, nigga,
wow.
Keep your feelings out the way. Never let no one put smut up on your name. Yeah, nigga, keep your head down and work like I do.
He is going in.
But understand, everybody ain't go like you. Yeah, nigga, if they say it's love, you been lied to. A couple rules of engagements, I'ma guide you.
Yeah, because that makes sense. Let's just bring back in the Spanish and those tragic Spanish guitars. Kendrick Lamar, production on a different level. But remember we talked about when we just broke down the last track and what this album could or couldn't be. This right here feels like a battle cry. This is draw the war lines and put the paint on and let's march right now. It's got that just controlled aggression, and sometimes less is more with production. It's not like there's a ton running in the production, but just the hits that do happen just have such anxiety and tension to them. All right, let's break this down.
La noche de anoche.
La noche de anoche. The night of last night.
Y nos ponemos a llorar.
Nos ponemos a llorar. To cry, we can cry. Hang on. There's a line before that. I missed the Spanish before that. You know what's really dope is ha ha, sort of almost like that choir chanting. That has just a different EQ running on it, which sounds like it's been taken and you've filtered the vocals and you've run them through a synth. So you've added almost like an instrumentation element to the vocals itself, which is dope. It just cuts through a little differently. Siento que tu presencia. Right? I feel your presence. Noche de anoche. Yeah.
Y nos ponemos a llorar.
Yesterday somebody whacked out my...
Man, that tension just builds, and then that first string impact happens. Da 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 da, boom. Da 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 da. Less is more again, and then whacked out my murals.
Yesterday somebody whacked out my mural. That energy'll make you niggas move to Europe.
Whacked out my mural. That energy would make them move to Europe. You know, obviously, with the recent elections, a number of people threatening, especially celebrities, saying that if it didn't go for the candidate that they wanted, they'd be moving to Europe. I think Kendrick is tapping into that energy. I wonder if that's a reference to the political climate as well. But mural, for me, is someone's art, right? Someone's masterpiece, which I'm speculating a little bit. I'm wondering if that mural is his art. But remember, we've talked about this sort of reincarnation, this reinvigoration of Pac. Pac spoke to him in a dream. So whacking out his mural and his art like Drake in that tailor-made freestyle, which really pissed off Kendrick in relation to his art. I wonder if that is him reflecting on the battle. Let's see where this builds and goes.
But it's regular for me, yeah, that's for sure. The love and hate is definite without a cure. All this talk.
The love and hate is definite without a cure. Just, again, another one of those just deeper, spiritual, thoughtful lines from Kendrick that he gives you. He just like drips that in throughout.
Bitch made, that's on my lord. I kill them all before I let them kill my joy.
I kill them all before I let them kill my joy. I would rather take on war in order to preserve my peace. And he's done that. Actions speak louder than words. The thing is, these lines just hit differently because everything that he's talking about, he's done.
Been through it all, what you endure. It used to be fuck that nigga, but now it's plural. Fuck everybody that's on my body. My blick first, then God got me.
My blick first, right? I'll choose violence first, and then God can cover me for my sins and what I'm about to do. And it's a mass murder going down.
I watch him pander with them.
Because it's not just kill Drake, right? He's taking down a lot of the industry, right? This feels like, I've been talking about this, especially on Watch the Party Die. There's not just one person in the scope. This is just a call to arms on the culture itself.
Body, my blick first, then God got me. I watch them pander with them backhanded compliments. Put their head on the Cuban link as a monument.
Pander with their backhanded compliments. Because let's face it, right now it's trending to support Kendrick Lamar, to be on his side. And like we talked about in the last breakdown, there's definitely that a lot of people's true identities and true feelings have revealed themselves through this beef to Kendrick and to his team. And he's been paying attention, taking notes.
With them backhanded compliments, put their head on the Cuban link as a monument. I pay homage and I'll always mind my business. I made the... I never lost...
What is that? I pay homage, I always mind my business. And he cuts that out. Does he fire out a legend there because he pays homage and he minds his business? Because what's interesting to me, and I got a theory, I want you guys to comment on this, right? Kendrick dropped today. What other West Coast artists dropped today? Ice Cube dropped today. And the thing is, nobody knew Kendrick was dropping today. Everybody knew Ice Cube was dropping today. And Ice Cube had that line, I was Kendrick before Kendrick. I don't know if Kendrick's going to address that, if he saw that as a compliment, or if he saw that as maybe a backhanded compliment. And maybe a slight diss in a way, like someone trying to take his shine. So what does he do? Actions speak louder than words. Drops on the same day as a West Coast legend, and he does pay homage, and he loves the West Coast. So it really is interesting timing. That's all I'm going to say. It's interesting timing, dropping on the same day as Cube, and just knowing that that is going to overshadow vastly what he's done.
It's mind my business. I made the... I never lost who I am for a rap image. There's motivation if you wonder how I did it.
I never lost who I am for a rap image. That feels like talking to Drake there.
Yeah, nigga, going up your rank. Know you a god even when they say you ain't.
And then that bass, right? There's like a siren in the back. That just like carries off and reverbs way back in the mix. And that siren to me is that call to arms. And then this bass just like drops in through the synths. Bump, bump. But it's almost like a heartbeat, right? Reminds me of like his The Heart series. It's just got that sort of, that vibe to it. And that intensity. And going up through the rank, right? Big Three. See you later, Big Three. He's up through the rank at number 1.
Going up your rank. Know you a god even when they say you ain't. Yeah, nigga. Keep your feelings out the way. Never let no one put smut up on your name. Yeah, nigga, keep your head down and work like I do. But understand, everybody ain't go like you. Yeah, nigga, if they say it's love, you been lied to. A couple rules of engagements, I'ma guide you.
Right there, a couple rules of engagement. Why is he quoting rules of engagement? For warfare. It's on. And this album cover, is he like wearing a belt? Like a title belt? Is that what he's rocking, or is it just a flashy belt? But it looks like a title belt to me. que reflejan tu mirada. The reflection of your look.
que reflejan tu mirada.
Tu mirada.
La noche tú y yo.
La noche tú y yo. The night, you and me. So it's like a Spanish romantic love song, right? But it sounds like it's got a little bit of that tragedy element and vibes to it.
Riding in my GNX with Anita Baker and the tape deck. It's gonna be a sweet love. Fuck apologies, I wanna see y'all geeked up. Don't acknowledge me, then maybe we can say it's fair. Take it to the internet and I'ma take it there. Miss my Uncle Lemaine, he said that he would kill me if I didn't make it. Now I'm possessed by a spirit and they can't take it. Used to bump the Carter 3, I held my rolly chain proud. Irony, I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever though, call me crazy, everybody.
Whoa!
Turn me to an Eskimo, I drew the line in decimals. Snoop posted, Taylor made, I prayed it was the edibles. I couldn't believe it, it was only right for me to let it go. Super Bowl and I was the only one congratulate me. All
What?
the niggas agitated, I'm just glad they shown their faces.
What
quite
the?
frankly, plenty artists but they outdated. Old ass flows trying to convince me that you they favorite. This is not for lyricists, I swear it's not the sentiments. Fuck a double entendre, I want y'all to feel this shit.
Wow.
Old soul, bitch, I probably built them pyramids. Ducking strays when I rap battled in the Nickersons. Where you from? Not where I'm from. We all indigenous. Against all lies, I scribbled up for them dividends. Against all.
No, I can't let it run further. I can't let what just happened go because there's too much to unpack. There's too much to unpack between Lil Wayne, Snoop Dogg, and Nas. What is happening? But hang on, I'm panicking for a second too because I just want to make sure that I'm recording this because yeah, we're knees deep in this breakdown now.
Proud irony. I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever though.
Right there, that build.
Make it. Now I'm possessed by a spirit and
You hear that? It breaks down to a heartbeat too.
can't take it. Used to bump the Carter 3. I held my rolly chain proud. Irony. I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever.
I mean, I used to rock the Carter 3. Gotta show Wheezy some love. And like we talked about often on this channel, right? There was a time when he was at the top of the charts and he was absolutely dominating. I think it's still criminal what Birdman has done and the way that he's put brakes on that man's career. But anyways, we know the Super Bowl discussion. Kendrick Lamar is playing in New Orleans. Who's from New Orleans? Lil Wayne. Who was heartbroken that he didn't get the call up to play the Super Bowl in New Orleans and rep his city? Lil Wayne. So Kendrick Lamar, in a way, I don't take that as a diss, right? I just take that as it is what it is. And it's unfortunate because this is someone that he idolized, that he looked up to, and it feels like he let him down in a sense, his hard work, because all of a sudden his success is outshining someone that he listened to, that he supported, that he bumped. And it's true because, look, it's a business at the end of the day. And it's what the culture is feeling. And that's why the NFL went with Kendrick Lamar. He's hotter than Lil Wayne at this moment in time. And everybody's going to be tuned in to see that Super Bowl halftime show. And there's no precedent that it has to be an artist from that city to play the Super Bowl. Kendrick Lamar not wasting any time. First track on this motherfucking album, speaking on it right away. Let's get down to business.
I held my rolly chain proud. Irony. I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever though. Call me crazy. Everybody questionable.
I mean, whatever though.
I think my hard work let Lil Wayne down. Whatever though. Call me crazy. Everybody questionable. Turn me to an Eskimo. I drew the line in decimals. Snoop.
Turn me to an Eskimo, right? It turned me cold, baby. I drew the line in decimals, right? Better put some dots and some figures on the name right now.
Everybody questionable. Turn me to an Eskimo. I drew the line in decimals. Snoop posted, Taylor made. I prayed it was the edibles. I couldn't believe it. It was only right for me to let it go.
It was only right for me to let it go. And again, he previewed this when he talked about paying homage. And I think, yeah, he has been let down a little bit by the West Coast because what was that moment? What was Snoop on to repost Drake's tailor-made freestyle when most of the West Coast was pissed off about that? And Snoop is running away posting long live 90s hip hop, almost like he's co-signing Drake on that. Yeah, that can't have made Kendrick feel good about it. And he had to speak on it. He's letting loose on this track. This is him giving his raw, unfiltered thoughts. There's no moving politically correct. This is his whole point in his battle against Drake, right? He never sold himself out for the sake of a rap image. He's always stayed true to him, to his thoughts and his feelings. And that's what he's doing right here. There's no filters. From the heart, straight out to the page, straight out to the delivery for all of us to listen to and take in, man.
I prayed it was the edibles. I couldn't believe it. It was only right for me to let it go. Won a Super Bowl and Nas the only one congratulate me. All these niggas agitated. I'm just glad they show.
What the? What is that about? Why is an East Coast legend and Nas, but shout out to Nas, baby. All I need is one mic. But why is an East Coast legend and Nas the only one congratulating Kendrick Lamar on that opportunity? See, here's the thing, right? When the beef was happening with Drake, because that's gone now, it's easy to like weigh in publicly, to jump on Kendrick Lamar's side, to give him a pat on the back, right? But when things died down a little bit, right, you see who's really there with you, because the people who really got your back don't just celebrate like the beefs and the controversy, and they're not there for that when it's wavy. They're there to celebrate your accomplishments because they genuinely want to see you win. And this is where jealousy can take over, and this is where pride can take over in a very competitive, crabs in the bucket mentality music type of industry. I find it very interesting and telling that Nas of all people is the one congratulating Kendrick Lamar on such a momentous moment. Man, there's some bitterness on this track from Kendrick, right? It's like, man, I'm carrying the West Coast here, and what the fuck? This East Coast dude, he's the only one that's giving me props right now? Something's not right about that.
Super Bowl and Nas the only one congratulate me. All these niggas agitated. I'm just glad they shown their faces, quite frankly.
Wow. I'm just glad they've shown their faces.
Artists, but they outdated. Old ass flows trying to convince me that you they favorite. This is not for
artists, but they outdated. Old ass flows. And that to me is, yeah, I think Kendrick has a little bit of bitterness and just feels like he's been stabbed in the back a little bit by some legends and by some OGs that he looks up to, and he thought he would be given more props right now. That's what it sounds like to me, because he mentioned Snoop. We talked about dropping on the same date as Ice Cube. There's some things going on behind the scenes to me that don't feel right and don't seem to sit right with Kendrick right now.
Artists, but they outdated. Old ass flows trying to convince me that you they favorite. This is not for lyrics.
What is that? Bow, bow, out. It's just like, again, the vocal sample is just like kind of cut, so it's like bouncing as a part of like the beat. It's almost like they're taking that vocal cut and it's become a part of like the drums or the bass itself.
But they outdated. Old ass flows trying to convince me that you they favorite. This is not for lyricists. I swear it's not the sentiments. Fuck a double entendre. I want y'all to feel this shit. Old soul, bitch. I probably built them pyramids, ducking strays when
I mean, that's a bar. He's like, fuck lyricists, but then I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna drop, just one of those talk my shit flex bars. That's a little bit deeper, right? Because I've been around. I probably built the pyramids. It makes sense because he is an alien. The aliens built the pyramids, right?
If this is not for lyricists, I swear it's not the sentiments. Fuck a double entendre. I want y'all to feel this shit. Old soul, bitch. I probably built them pyramids, ducking strays when I rap battled in the Nickersons. Where you from? Not where I'm from. We all indigenous. Against all lies, I scribbled up for them dividends.
Against all odds. I feel like that's a Tupac shout out right there. Pac had a song, Against All Odds, has said that multiple times. And then right there, he goes back to the battle, ducking strays, and then says, where you from? They start questioning my authenticity when I'm indigenous to the West Coast, to talking about my streets in my area, in my culture, and the nerve of that, I take that as him coming back around talking on the Drake beef right there, right?
Fuck a double entendre. I want y'all to feel this shit. Old soul, bitch. I probably built them pyramids, ducking strays when I rap battled in the Nickersons. Where you from? Not where I'm from. We all indigenous. Against all lies, I scribbled up for them dividends. Against all lies, I showed up as a gentleman. I done lost plenty friends, 16 to be specific. Put that on my kids' children. We gon' see the future first. They like that big trip, and I just want what I deserve. What bridge they done burned, all of them is over with. I'm doing what COVID did, they'll never get over it. Yeah, nigga, going up your rank. Know you a god.
Put your mask on for the COVID bars right now. He's sick.
Get over it. Yeah, nigga, going up your rank. Know you a god, even when they say you ain't. Yeah, nigga, keep your feelings out the way. Never let no one put smut up on your name. Yeah, nigga, keep your head down and work like I do. But understand, everybody ain't gonna like you. Yeah, nigga, if they say it's love, you been lied to. A couple rules of engagements here to guide you. Niggas from my...
So that feels like he's turned that into a hook because he's looped that now. So I feel comfortable going back and breaking down a little bit pre-hook, and then we'll let it run out from there.
They built them pyramids, ducking strays when I rap battled in the Nickersons. Where you from? Not where I'm from. We all in...
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Where you from? I love is just different cadence changes, right? I've talked about this before. It sounds like different personalities rapping on the track. You don't need a feature when you have Kendrick Lamar doing a track because he has so many tonal and cadence changes to accompany the production change-ups and switches. It does sound like it's multiple features on the track, and I just love that delivery and vocal control that he uses throughout cleverly and creatively.
Engineers against all lies, I scribbled up for them dividends. Against all lies, I showed up as a gentleman. I done lost plenty friends, 16 to be specific. Put that on my kids' children.
Losing 16, obviously he's spitting 16s in terms of 16 bars as well.
We gon' see the
16 homies gone.
future first. They like that big trip, and I just want what I deserve. What bridge they done burned, all of them is over with. I'm doing
what bridge they done burn. All of them, it's over with. Again, everybody's in the scope right now. There's a long list, I feel like, on Kendrick's list, and all bridges have been burned. He doesn't care anymore, and he's not mending.
COVID did. They'll never get over it. Yeah, nigga, going up your rank.
Obviously, the COV ID bars without going back and getting demonetized. I think it's crazy. I think the algorithm still triggers that. So we're still not over it and getting over it on YouTube.
Oh, you a god, even when they say you ain't. Yeah, nigga, keep your feelings out the way. Never let no one put smut up on your name. Yeah, nigga, keep your head down and work like I do. But understand, everybody ain't gonna like you.
Facts.
Yeah, nigga, if they say it's love, you been lied to. A couple rules of engagements here to guide you. Niggas from my city couldn't entertain no boy. Promising bank transactions and even Bitcoin. I never piece it up, that shit don't sit well with me. Before I take a truce, I'll take them to hell with me. If that money got in the hands of a crash dummy, could jeopardize my family and burden the ones who love me. Niggas mad cause I decided not to pretend. Y'all stay politically correct, I'ma do what I did. Ain't no sympathy here, this shit's hilarious. It's a lot of opinions but no power to carry it. 2025 they still moving on some scary shit. Tell them quit they job and pay the real niggas they severance. Don't insult my intelligence, I'm not just for the television. Teleport the bullets rolling, dig up all my relatives. Okay nigga, let's settle it. These niggas been fake loyal. Since y'all pandering to choose a side, let me do it for you. Okay, fuck your hip hop. I watch the party just die. Niggas cackling about while all of y'all is on trial. Niggas thought that I was antisocial when I stayed inside of my house. You better off to having one woman, everything tricky right now. You niggas live in the now. Ain't fuck anybody empathetic to the other side, I vow. A bitch nigga love bitch niggas, they exist with them in style. Exterminate them right now, make Cat Williams and them proud. The truth about to get loud. No juices out of my cup, I sober up and knock them all off. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman that's law. I know probably gonna work for them, and fuck whoever that's close to them. The niggas that coon and niggas that being groomed, slide on both of them. You ain't Captain Crunch and proceeded.
The flow here.
Pour water in it, pulled over by the law. You ran dirty so you can't argue with them to make it to be a star. Bear your soul and put your heart up in it. Well, I did. Whack the murals out, but it ain't no legends if my legend ends.
That is a statement track. That is a statement track and a half. That's what we call a tone setter for an album. And man, there was some heavy shit. I would get out of my chair if I didn't have too much to break down.
Politically correct, I'ma do what I did. With me. Before I take a truce, I'll take them to
hang on, before.
Couldn't entertain no boy. Yeah, nigga, keep your head down and work like I do. But understand, everybody ain't gonna like you. Yeah, nigga, if they say it's love, you been lied to. A couple rules of engagements here to guide you. Niggas from my city couldn't entertain no boy. Promising bank transactions and even Bitcoin.
From my city couldn't entertain old boy. Promising Bitcoins, right?
Piece it up, that shit don't sit well with me.
I never piece it up, right? Like coming together, piecing it up for the finances. So somebody offered to pay off Kendrick and his people for a truce and offering to piece it up.
Before I take a
monetary figures.
Truce, I'll take them to hell with me.
Before I take a truce, I'll take them to hell with me. So I have two theories on that, right? It's either he's hinting at Drake has tried to squash it behind the scenes, calling for a truce. Could have even happened in the battle because Drake was putting out money for any information. He was putting out a bounty on Kendrick essentially to just dig up dirt on him. But I wouldn't be surprised if those money and finances also went to trying to squash the beef and stop ruining Drake's reputation. Because there's a line after this that's like a fill in the blank. And for me, I was sat trying to process it. And I think if you fill in the rhyme scheme, it leads to a PDF file. But we'll get to that in a second. The second theory is who also came out publicly and offered a truce with Kendrick and apologized to Kendrick. Is there a layer to J. Cole on that? I don't know which way to go on that one. You guys comment down below and let me think. But instinct, it's one of those two.
That shit don't sit well with me. Before I take a truce, I'll take them to hell with me. If that money got in the hands of a crash dummy, could jeopardize my family and burden the ones who love me. Niggas mad cause I decided not to pretend. Y'all stay politically correct, I'ma do what I did.
There's some veiled references there, and I think those are some breadcrumb lines that if you're in the know, you know, with the crash dummy. And what's the point of a crash dummy, right? It's like a fall guy. Someone to take the accident, someone to take the fall. So for me, again, there's hints, but there's not a direct reference. There's obviously, I know the things going on behind the scenes, and I've seen this, but I didn't give into it. But if you're listening, and you're the one involved in this who tried to pay me and offered this situation, and then wanted to fall for a crash dummy and all that, it didn't happen. It obviously didn't happen.
Cause I decided not to pretend. Y'all stay politically correct, I'ma do what I did. Ain't no sympathy here. This shit's hilarious. It's a lot of opinions, but no power to carry it.
That is such a heavy line. There's a lot of opinions. There sure is, but there's no power to carry it. The only opinion that matters, Kendrick Lamar's right now.
This shit's hilarious. It's a lot of opinions, but no power to carry it. 2025, they still moving on some scary shit. Tell them quit they job and pay the real niggas they severance. Don't insult my intelligence. I'm not just for the television. Teleport the bullets rolling, dig up.
I mean, right here, it's almost like a creeper drone off to the side of the mix, man. It's wild. Just this tension. Everything is building right here.
Don't insult my intelligence. I'm not just for the television. Teleport the bullets rolling, dig up all my relatives. Okay, nigga, let's settle it. These niggas been fake loyal. Since y'all pandering to choose a side, let me do it for you. Okay, fuck your hip-hop. I watched.
Since you've been pandering to choose a side, I'm going to do it for you. Fuck hip-hop. And then he shouts out, watch the party die. And remember this consistent theme throughout. It's not just talking about Drake. It's not just talking about Snoop. It's not just talking about Wayne. There's a greater war being waged by Kendrick right now. And he's waiting and fighting for hip-hop in the middle of the culture as we speak.
Party just die. Niggas cackling about while all of y'all is on trial. Niggas.
Watch the party just die. Cackling about all of y'all is on trial. Trial? PDF file, pedo. You see the rhyme scheme there? You see the rhyme scheme that he doesn't say? That fits in there for me. That's my speculation.
That I was antisocial when I stayed inside of my house. You better off to having one woman. Everything tricky right now.
And I was antisocial when I stayed inside my house. And there's another experience going on in hip hop, and a lot of people talking about the parties. He watched the party die. Well, you know. Let's get the baby oil out and talk to Diddy about some of those after parties. Meanwhile, Kendrick never got involved with those social situations, never got involved with all those parties and after parties and mingling with other celebrities. People called him antisocial, but he kept to himself. And look where he is now. Look at his point of keeping to himself and keeping his own counsel.
The party just die. Niggas cackling about while all of y'all is on trial. Niggas thought that I was antisocial when I stayed inside of my house. You better off to having one woman. Everything tricky right now. You niggas
better off to having one woman. And that for me is him like speaking on the way some of these celebrities are moving, the promiscuity of Drake, always getting with other artists' girls, and Kendrick brought that into play. You're better off with one woman. Like me, sticking with Whitney, right?
Social when I stayed inside of my house. You better off to having one woman. Everything tricky right now. You niggas live in the now.
Everything tricky right now, but also like a female tricky right now, stick with one woman. I think that flips in a little bit, you know, stop running around with these prostitutes and these tricks.
Inside of my house, you better off to having one woman. Everything tricky right now. You niggas live in the now. Ain't fuck anybody empathetic to the other side, I vow.
Fuck anybody empathetic to the other side right now. I love right there. He just kind of like escalates the flow and really gets punch heavy with every single syllable stress, and then just fast forward through the flow there.
Nigga love bitch niggas, they exist with them in style. Exterminate them right now. Make Cat Williams and them proud. The truth.
Cat Williams, shout out right there. We talked about him setting off 2024 with a bang, and I feel like we have not let go. We've been just running from the jump ever since then, and it still goes.
To get loud. No juice inside of my cup. I sober up and knock them all off. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black.
No juice inside of my cup. I sober up. But again, I wonder if there's some references to the party and what's going into people's cups.
No juices out of my cup, I sober up and knock them all off. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman as law. I know.
Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman. I was sat like running through my mind just thinking of any references of like white comedians and controversies that they've had with jokes. But then I don't think that makes sense in the context, because then I feel like we're jumping from here out to over here. I think that's a Drake reference, right? Because remember, we talked about Drake, identity, race, a lot of question marks that Kendrick brought to the table. And that could be a way of trolling Drake, white comedian, talking about a black woman, because Drake talking about Kendrick's woman, or even just talking about a black woman in general through his music. Oh, sorry, camera died in the middle of that explanation. But yeah, I wonder if that is just some more shots fired right there at Drake. And we talked about how Drake was being viewed as a culture vulture and taking advantage of things, and how he's speaking on things and adapting these identities when he's not actually lived it, and he's not a part of it, and he's not contributing to it. That would make sense for that setup right there, unless Kendrick has like a more specific recent sort of pop culture reference in mind. But again, I just don't know if that lines up to the point and the meta themes going on throughout this track right now.
I sober up and knock them all off. Don't let no white comedian talk about no black woman as law. I know probably gonna work for them, and fuck whoever that's close to them. The niggas that coon and niggas that being groomed, slide on both of them.
That's pandering. Again, there's the racial identity, right? Pandering to the white comedians, pandering to the white boys in a sense. I think that's shots fired at Drake as well, right? And then that groom, because we know all the PDF file allegations fired away. So for Kendrick, it's like everybody over there and everybody that supports that and panders to it, it's time. I'm taking the culture back. I'm making a statement.
Them and fuck whoever that's close to them. The niggas that coon and niggas that being groomed, slide on both of them. You ever ate Captain Crunch and proceeded to pour water in it, pulled over by the law.
You ever ate Captain Crunch and proceeded to put water in it? Yes, I have. When you didn't have any milk and you couldn't afford the milk and you just filled it up with water because water is free, right? But also, I wonder if that's a little callback as well to cartoons and cereal.
In groom, slide on both of them. You ever ate Captain Crunch and proceeded to pour water in it, pulled over by the law. You ran dirty so you can argue with them to make it to be a star. Bear your soul and put your heart up in it. Well, I did. Whack the murals out, but it ain't no legends if my legend ends.
Whack the murals out, but there ain't no legend if my legend ends, right? And right there, I think he brings it back around to himself, right?
So you can argue with him to make it to be.
You ever been here? You ever lived this life? You ever been a part of this? You ever not been able to talk to a police officer because you got shit in the car and you got a different life decision you got to make then?
Proceeded to pour water in it, pulled over by the law. You ran dirty so you can argue with him to make it to be a star. Bear your soul and put your heart up in it.
Make it to be a star, bear your soul, and put your heart up in it.
I did. Whack the murals out, but it ain't no legends if my legend ends.
You could take all this away. You could take away all this legacy. But for me, if you try to wipe away my identity and wipe away the impact that I've had on this, I belong up there with those murals.
I did. Whack the murals out, but it ain't no legends if my legend ends.
This is gonna be a fucking album. That's a tone setter right there. I mean, I don't really have a lot more to break down and say because I did my best to break it all down right there in the moment. I got a lot more work to do to try to do this album justice. Shots fired. Call to arms. You're either marching with us or you're against us. Battle lines have been drawn, and there's no more sitting neutral or sitting in the middle. Kendrick Lamar, you were Knox Hill certified. Hope you guys liked today's video. Listen, for some reason you did and you're here at the end. Obviously, enjoy the content. Do me a huge favor. Support the channel directly. Subscribe, notifications on. We got a lot more Kendrick on the way. You don't want to miss it. Hit that sub button. Be ready. Strap in. I'm going to keep working for you guys. All right. See you again.